Well, still taking in this loss, but I just wanted to make this video and put these clips out there because I already ranted enough in the live stream, and this team just doesn't deserve another rant from me, probably for a while, hopefully. But let's get straight to the clips.
But if you have any connection with Washington, I don't care from the Redskin days, the football team, and now, you have to voice your displeasure with that BS that we saw on the field today. It was trash, okay?
Yeah.
People have been saying garbage all day. Just say trash. Trash is worse than garbage. Garbage is a nicer way to talk about trash. This was god-awful today. Offensively, defensively, coaching was absolutely terrible. You got one guy, Cam Curl, not there on the defense, and it's that bad. Derek Forrest was playing terrific, but today he looked like quicksand. Like his feet in quicksand, he couldn't move. Offensively, I don't know what Carson was thinking about, and I don't know what the play calling was. It just garbage, trash is what we saw today. That's all. It was not good. And listen, we could get here. We try our best. You know, Santana and I played for this team. We understand how things go. You try your best to you got to be honest with the fans. You all come on here to hear us tell you what we truly feel. But then again, you don't want to say things because you don't want to just attack people.
Yeah.
It's time for attacking now. Because for 3 years, I've heard how we going to change culture. The culture may be changing, but we can say performance on the football field. You cannot have this. It's 7, 8, and 1 now with one game left. Okay? We can go 8, 8, and 1. We can be 7, 9, and 1. I won't see another damn tie. But we end up 7, 9, and 1. How can we sit up here and say that we've made any step forward? Better receivers, better running back, defense is supposed to be top-notch, and we're still winning 7 games. Is this the mark we got? Are we starting to look at this team? What was the coach used to be in Tennessee? Jeff Fisher. Is it what we can expect here in Washington? 7 games, 8 games, that's all we can win under this staff? They got to find a way to get something better because right now, trash is all I see.
You know, be ready if something else happens.
And we have all been like that so far this season.
That's what I was giving this team, the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And this coaching staff, the benefit of the doubt. But when we keep sitting here waiting for a scenario to play out, no, you have your destiny in your hands. That's the scenario. Come out here and do your job and do it well. Now, look, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I haven't been on teams that stunk it up. I have. But the one thing I've always did was leave it on the field. And to some of those guys out there, they don't deserve what we just saw. Because some of those guys go out there and leave it on the field. But when a coach and his staff dictates what we want to put out there, then you can't blame the players. They have to go out there and execute here and say anybody that's leading the ship or in command of that ship needs to take it on the chin.
Yeah.
Hey, this is what I wanted, and this is what we didn't do. And I think collectively we've been saying this too many times down the stretch of these last few games that it seems that coaching has stood out more than just lack of, players going out there and performing. I feel like every week we've been talking about someone out coaching us. And we can't sit here and say that week in and week out and then expect the players to go out there and give me a different outcome.
Angry out here. It's not depressed. People are angry. People are mad. People are screaming at me to make sure I tell it straight, and you got to tell it straight. This is the type of loss that in a strong organization, everything is on the table following this. You may have to completely clean house after a loss like this against a team that is already eliminated from the playoffs, that just wins this game from start to finish. You make a change at quarterback. Listen, Heineke ain't Joe Namath, all right? But they were competitive. You go to Carson Wentz, who looks god-awful in the first quarter. 2 first-half interceptions. 0 spark. I don't know the final numbers because I had to run down here, but they were on path for their worst offensive performance since week 6, which I don't think coincidentally was also Carson Wentz's last start. So just making that decision to go from Heineke to Wentz, somebody's got to own that, and that somebody's Ron Rivera. And then you can criticize a billion other things, both coordinators. Scott tried to establish the run. I mean, Robinson got the ball a ton. Clearly he's banged up. You got Jonathan Williams getting the first series of the game. I don't know what that's about. Clearly, Robinson's not all the way healthy. He more or less told me that. You can see it in his running. This offensive line, I hate that I keep going back to this. Please let me know. I would love for somebody to put their left hand up and let me know who decided to let Brandon Sheriff walk for this collection of dudes. I mean, Trent Williams, gone. Brandon Sheriff, gone. You know where those guys are going? Canton. You know where this group's going? Fishing when the playoffs start. It's a complete lack of accountability from the top down. And if this was a strong organization, ownership would be looking at a complete review of everything they have. But this isn't a strong organization, and we have no idea what ownership is doing. And if I had to guess, probably nothing, because the sale is coming. And you know what you're not going to do with the sale coming? You're not going to fire a bunch of people that you're going to pay out their contracts. So welcome to the status quo in Washington.